the shit.
No, that was it.
All right,
that was
Adam
it.
knows.
I got you.
I'm gonna give you
I do want to throw in one little plug before, because I know we're going to shift to the next story. But if you have XM Satellite Radio, turn the channel 34. Which is the Lithium channel, which is effectively the grunge channel. They're constantly playing clips of Cornell's just interviews, some of his acoustic stuff, and just him giving background to his music and his artistry. And it's just a beautiful thing. I mean, I was listening to it all weekend, like, yeah, man, this is just beautiful to hear his voice and just hear him talking about the differences between playing acoustic solo versus playing acoustic with a band, and just that sort of the nuances.
Well, he had that solo cover of Nothing Compares to You.
It was beautiful. They played that. Man. It was gorgeous, man. Wow.
So good, yeah.
He was also a really good guitarist. Like, he's a fantastic vocalist, but, like, his guitar work, like, both with the songwriting and the work that he actually did technically was excellent. Really good guitar player.
He also had the honor of making a Bond song for, like, one of the Bond movies.
That's yes, he did.
Yeah, the Casino Royale, too. Yeah, the best Bond movie. He was,
the highest of honors.
Honors reserved. Honors reserved.
As a non-British guy, too. Which is great. So.
Yep. The likes of Tom Jones, Lulu, and that one random background singer that sang for Your Eyes Only. So, no, we're talking about Chris Cornell. Passed away at the age of 52, if I may. Dude, you may have been feeling Minnesota, but to all of us, you were looking California. Beautiful. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
All right, now on hopefully some happier news, I got to check out a comic called Deadpool Bad Blood. This is a graphic that just came out, dude, starring the Merc with the Mouth, but written by one of the original creators. Written and drawn, penciled, by one of the original creators. And not the good one.
Okay.
Rob.
I'm like, wait, which one?
Rob Liefeld himself. Yeah. I'm not the only one in the house that got to take a sneak peek at this gem. Jay.
Yeah, I got a sneak peek of it. I mean, out the box, I was really impressed with the cultural references. I mean, it's not one of those things I should be surprised of. I mean, first 5 pages. I mean, he does the Martha reference from DC, which is hilarious. He goes, "Wait, let me guess. Is your mother's name Martha?" I almost fell off the damn chair when he said that. Great reference, as well as he goes, "What is this guy, John Cena in the Terminator?" So I mean, he's one of those. Hold on, what? So, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because, it's something you get with Deadpool, but it's something I actually enjoyed. I mean, artistically, the way it's drawn, it's drawn very similar to comics that I've seen when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the image work that I saw.
Well, one of the reasons for that is because it was done by one of those original dudes. Rob Liefeld is one of the original founders of Image Comics.
Yep,
also one of the primary Marvel Comics guys in the 90s. Also, one of the main reasons I didn't read Marvel back then, because I hated his artwork, and I read DC. And I'm just like, why is everybody all extra huge? Why are their eyes all squinty? Pouches. Why do women have all ass but no hips?
Yep.
Why?
The pouches, dude.
Okay. And here, I'm glad you brought that up, brother. This is a thing that I actually realized, and for years I've tried really hard not to hate on Rob Liefeld, to give him benefit of the doubt. People have been crapping on this dude for decades, and let's see what's up. And then his last few attempts, including this awful Teen Titans book, kind of cemented that hatred. This brought me back a little. Because dig this. I know. And I'm glad. Your reaction then, your reaction now, when I started this review, I'm glad, because you're someone who's familiar with comic and Liefeld's work specifically, and why it's been so...
Well, he doesn't draw feet.
Yes, and I noticed a lot of growth in this book.
Okay.
Like from page one, not just a lot of growth and self-awareness. Now, brother, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the tropes Liefeld's developed, and a lot of the flack that he gets for things that he does a lot, that he's done a lot. But he's very aware of those, and he's trying to get better. Even though he's been in the game for 30 years now.
35 years or something like that.
So we'll see how much he's got left to do. But this book, he wrote it. And there were jokes about, why aren't there more pouches? Here's what you need to do when you have your pouches and stuff. There were jokes about all right, stuff he's gotten flack for, worked into the material, and I'm like, wow, he gets it, and he's actively trying to do better. A lot of the art too, I've seen a lot of growth. The feet weren't great, but they were.
But they were there.
They were there. They were there, and they were better.
All right.
You know,
Right.
I noticed a lot of attempt to adapt his style, like his effort here. That's one thing I was actually really impressed with. You know, because his work is usually garbage, and this was actually fairly decent. You know, there was a few of the things he still hadn't gotten over. Like if you notice, Cable and Shatterstar had no lips.
Yep, I saw that.
You know, really weird. There's like lines everywhere where there should just be shadow. You know, stuff like that is still present. It's not perfect, but I noticed a lot of like progression here, and the story was actually. I mean, this wasn't your modern day Deadpool, like just a clown and a fool from page 1 to the end page A to Z. You know, there was an actual story here. It was a little dark.
Yep.
Which was more akin to the classic Deadpool stuff, and it's Liefeld, so he's bringing out the old gang. Friggin' Cable's there, Shatterstar was there, Kane of all people.
Yeah.
Friggin' former Maverick himself and stuff. Domino.
So what's this about? What we got?
I liked Domino.
Yep, this is about there's a mysterious like goon character that's always trying to kill Deadpool at random wherever he goes, and he's searching for a super weapon to try to save the world and play good guy. But this old thing that's literally been chasing him for decades and has killed him repeatedly is just popping up, kills him, and then dips. Like just snuff you and then
stuff him and break out.
Yeah, didn't even throw up a gang sign. Just usually just takes off. So they get into the bottom of this with some help from some old friends. And most of the book takes place in flashback, which kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it did not take away from the story. I was also occupied by the fact that the story friggin' flowed. There's so much growth. That was going to be
my next question, because he's not a writer.
No, he is not. So I was actually damned impressed. It wasn't perfect, don't get me wrong. Like, it still got hung up on some things, but I felt that's more of the old man telling a story he's familiar with syndrome. Like, let me tell you, sit down, boy, let me tell you a story about my knees back in, it was kind of like that.
It was.
Who was the editor on the book?
The editor was decent. Like, I figured there was probably a lot more fluff that was cut out of this.
Okay.
Because the story itself, once you get, out of the flashback into the actual progression of the modern day, it did just kind of zoomed by. It was a lot of, I don't know if there was much, a lot of it was filler backstory, but I did not hate this book, and I thought I would once I saw Liefeld on both the writing and the art.
Okay.
Jay?
Like written and directed by.
Yeah. Written and directed by
Uwe
Boll. Oh, you beat me to it!
Nah, man, I agree with you 100% on everything you just said. I mean, for me, it was like, it definitely was like a step back in the time going through it. Because, for me, my intro to comics, my serious intro to comics was Feld's work. Because it was what dominated the comics around me, the comic stores around me, and all my friends were just in love with Image when Image first dropped. It was like, oh my God, this is Image. It's so different than what you would see at the time.
Oh my God, it's all feathered hair and mullets.
Yep. Pretty much.
It was like him and Jim Lee were like
pretty much
the dudes.
Yeah.
Like,
and
oh my God,
that's
these
what
boobs are so big. Oh wait, that's Captain America.
Pretty much. It's like, look at this, look at her. It really was like freaking adolescent teens, And it was awesome. So for me, it was a throwback to that. And you're absolutely right. It flowed very well, and I enjoyed it. When you said it to me, I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm able to pump through it, but I liked it a lot, man. It was great.
Yeah, it was a faster read too than most graphic novels.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
It wasn't short or anything. It was very surprising. This would actually make me look forward to the next Liefeld book just to see how much he can grow with the next endeavor. This one actually showed he's been paying attention to the criticism. And I remember after that Teen Titans book I mentioned, he got a lot, everyone was like, this is awful, this is ridiculous, how would you put someone so awful on such a good book? And he responded to all the criticism very gracefully, very professionally, and this shows that he took a lot of that to heart, and he learned from it, which is, this old dog has learned new tricks. I would actually recommend this book, not to everybody, but if you are a hardcore, and I say that not because it was bad, but mostly because it's very deeply steeped in Deadpool and X-Force history.
Yeah.
So if you're not a fan of those, most of this won't even make sense.
Right.
But if you are, there's a lot of references to history. There's a lot of references just to comics in general. That Martha bit, yo.
Yeah, that joke.
Yeah. It was random too, which is
it really was.
And that's the thing. The comedy was there. You think Rob Liefeld, he doesn't know comedy. No, parts of this actually will make you laugh.
That was exactly what I thought when you said that. That's why I gave you the look like.
Yeah. Okay, it'll make you laugh for different reasons. But no, I actually recommend this if you are a serious X-Force fan, a serious Deadpool fan. It's old school Deadpool back when he didn't just make jokes from being an end. He was kind of like an anti-hero.
Right.
Actually kind of like a villain.
Yeah.
But it works. It just works in this book. It's called Deadpool Bad Blood.
Yep, check it out, man. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%, man. It's definitely a good read. Okay. Absolutely.
All right.
My major question is, how pansexual is he in this book?
They did not broach that, actually.
They did not.
And what's weird is they went into teenage Wade Wilson, and still, yeah, this was a book about friendship.
So there's no,
believe it or not,
no International Women's Day in this book.
No. Sorry. There was no pegging, not this time. But then again, there might be a sequel, so we'll see. Rob Liefeld draws the. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. So Deadpool.
And we still have no feet. Yeah.
No feet. How are you gonna do that with no feet?
Do that with no feet?
No.
It can be done.
I'll give him a chance this time. Deadpool Bad Blood recommended.
Absolutely.
All right, but no, those voices you heard chiming in belong to none other than friends of the show.
Hey guys.
Meth and Awen joining us once again to talk about.
Once more with Pasties, our annual Buffy Burlesque.
Yep. We're back doing the Buffy thing like we do.
Yep.
Very excited about it. I'm going to pass a little bit of the chatter off to Awen to give a little roundup of what's new this year and what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, please
we're very excited to be bringing this back for a third year. This year we're doing 2 nights.
What?
The first night is a Sunday. The second night is a Tuesday. Why does this make sense? Because Tuesday is Buffy night.
Tuesday is Buffy night.
Snap.
Yep.
All right.
And in case you need a reason to come out on a Tuesday, Spike will be there only on Tuesday.
I'm sorry, what?
Spike.
Seriously?
Yep. Spike will be there on Tuesday.
Bullshit.
Spike like the channel?
No, like Spike.
Yeah. I'm.
Well.
Son of a mother. Okay, all right, continue, please. God damn.
Did you just sign on for a second night pass? Is that what I'm hearing?
I may have. I'll need to change my underwear first, but then I'll be right there front and center.
Yeah, you definitely do, man.
Yeah. One thing we wanted to highlight about the show is that, we've done a different band every year. Our first year we had Endation on, which was really awesome. They really, really are amazing. We always try to think about who sounds like they would have been at the Bronze when we pick a band.
Okay.
And
interesting.
Last year we had a really wonderful band named Blue.
Yeah, they were great.
They were really
a little hard to find on Google, but
it's worth it.
They're like BLU or
BLEW, like the past tense of blow.
Okay, so you had to research them with the safe search on.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And if you write Blue Band without the safe search on, you got some interesting things.
Okay. Okay, sorry. For everyone in this room who's not Adam Willis and intimately familiar with these things. Blue Band. B-A-N.
B-A-N-D. Like, you're like, oh, I'm going to Google. I'm looking for this particular band. Blue Band. And then you're like, wow, she really did.
I should probably stop listening to and asking questions here. And
Did you just search at Herb?
Why would you do that?
He just said, I
just want to point out, remind our Twitch listeners, our Twitch watchers on twitch.tv/The Geek Down. Yeah, we're not bringing up the video. That's not
sorry, guys.
The video's up.
But they were a fantastic band.
We're not bringing up what? No, you're not playing the Blue Band.
Oh, sorry, no.
Okay, I just don't heart attack on air. All right. Adam Willis's virgin ears right now have been assaulted.
Yes.
All right, continue.
But then this year we're having a really wonderful band called Hammer and Snake.
Hammer and Snake.
Dude, why do I invite you back? What's going on here? Bring these pornographic bands all over the place.
They are very good. They're very rockin', very loud. It's a 2-piece band.
And we actually have a challenge that we give to these bands because we ask them to cover some songs that were actually on Buffy.
Really?
Every year. And we collaborate with them to pick out some things, maybe a general 90s cover, maybe, covers from the show, a mix of the two. And we also ask them to cover the theme song from the show. So the band is really integrated into the show. And a big reason of why we wanted to do it that way, besides being big fans of music in general, is that the music was really a big deal on Buffy. Joss really worked hard to have a sound that he felt reflected the show.
Yeah, I mean, in the second season, they actually used the band Chibomato, who, if you don't remember them, they were a really awesome kind of New York East Village Japanese pop trip hop duo.
I remember.
Yeah, I loved them, and they actually used them as like kind of a major like plot point in one of the more important episodes of the series.
No, that I don't remember.
So there's a whole conversation about Chibomato's playing at the Bronze, and then they throw in a nice little joke about Chibomato. No, honey, they're playing, but they're clog dancing. No, you don't clog Chibomato. It's a thing.
Okay, I just got my trivia question. I just got my trivia question for y'all for this year.
Okay.
How do you spell Chibomato?
Cibomattto.
That was for them, not for you. Don't be trying to. Hey, when you bring in ringers with you, don't try to kind of fast when y'all pulling here.
But yeah, so
it was an innocent rig show we had once.
Yeah.
But kind of in keeping with the spirit of Buffy, we wanted to integrate the music, and I'm really happy with how that's gone the last couple of years, and I'm really excited to see what our band this year comes up with.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They're so good. They really have great sound.
Covering Nerf Herder's greatest hits.
Yep. That's right.
All 2 of them.
Yeah, we've had people cover the first show. The first Buffy show that we did was really fun because we had the bands that played Endation. They're a fantastic 2-piece from here in Boston, and the singer did double duty as Drusilla. So this person did like a drag version of Drusilla and then covered the song Transylvanian Concubine, which in the show there's a big scene where
Drusilla dances to it and everything. So we had so we kind of write it in. And this year, one of the members of the band is named Leilani the Ripper, and Ripper is the name of Giles. So that was kind of fun. That was a good indication. We were like, all right, we chose a good one. This is
we got a good
be great.
So
okay. See, now this sounds really inside, but I've been to at least one of these things, and no, your audience gets all of it.
They super get
like
it.
This,
We have a great audience, and that's a big reason why I love doing all of the Buffy events that we do during the year. We do Buffy sing-alongs at Once Somerville, which is an amazing venue. You should all check it out. And we show the musical for free. You can come and have dinner, hang out, and then there's a sing-along. And that's really fun. It's an all ages event. People come from the community, and we're happy. This year marked 20 years of Buffy. The show started 20 years ago now.
Yep, so we're all officially old.
So we're all old.
Don't.
It just means we have wisdom.
No, that's the
There we go.
And
I think the youngest one in this room is Herb, and he's 46.
I'm really happy that
good, buddy.
12 and 13-year-old kids are still getting into the show, feel it's relevant,
But they can't come to this show.
They can't come to this one.
They can come to the sing-along.
You have to be 18.
You have to be 18 to come to this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. Thank you for the double talk.
Pace yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now on the show, give our listeners the actual lowdown. Where, when?
So
I think I'll do this. Once More with Pasties, a Buffy Burlesque, is going to be June 4th and June 6th, and that is at 7:30 p.m. at the Oberon, 2 Arrow Street in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Tickets are $15 to $25, and you can purchase them at bit.ly/once-more-tix, T-I-X. You can also find it by Googling Once More with Pasties.
If you turn it this way, it makes julienne fries. Okay.
That was my Pat impression.
Oh, thank you.
The other thing is, of course, it is a burlesque show. We're really happy. These are the performers that are in our show. Really, our experience. They're wonderful. We adore them, and go all out. We're really happy that Devilisha is going to be doing the show again. She does full prosthetics in her monster lab. This is serious business, serious fan service.
It's like full prosthetics plus hot ladies. So you're like, I don't know if I'm terrified or turned on, and it's
there.
she invented that, and she
no more.
So good.
All right, okay. I guess one final question.
Yep.
You said 15 to 25. What do I get for 25?
You get to sit in the front row, which puts you in the splash zone.
You might get wet.
You might get well.
Hey now.
dot.
Hey now. What up, bump?
Ellipses.
All right. Good night, everybody. All right, WEMF, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
We really hope you guys come check it out. We try to make it a show that's accessible for even people who are not heavy Buffy fans. You will have a good time. Come check it out. You will fall in love with the show.
It's spooky. It's sexy. It's funny. It's all of the things. Please come. Once More with Pasties, Buffy Burlesque, Oberon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and that is not all the fun stuff we have for you. Johnny, you actually got to check out a game none of us did. You freaking Son of a.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
So I checked out a game called Asura. So according to the Steam descriptive, Asura is an indie top-down hack-and-slash game set in a fantasy world inspired by the richness of Indian mythology.
Ooh.
It features heavy roguelike elements and a unique procedural skill tree which changes with every playthrough.
So it's fantasy, it's roguelike. I'm hearing a lot of it's Indian inspired. I imagine like people running through Dalsim's level from Street Fighter over and over again.
Yoga Flame.
Okay, so
I haven't
Dalsim
been
and
to
Prince of
India,
Persia.
so I don't know. But I guess
It's about as Indian as the Love Guru.
Oh wow, okay. So Adam's calling racism.
So it is, from what I understand.
Appropriation.
From what I understand, from what I remember reading, this is definitely a game made by people from India, or at least some people from India. So it's proper. It's very proper. There's definitely influence in there in some of the lore of some of these different. I don't know if they're like gods or demons. I'm not too certain how the mythology works. They do have some description stuff built into the game. I didn't bother reading any of it because I don't like reading lore and stuff like that. But I do recognize that it is in there.
If there was cows, it's gods. If there was blue women with 4 arms, it's demons.
They were all just demon dudes with like they're pretty much the same thing with like different
spicy curry. It's demons.
It was
If
like
they're eating mild curry, it's gods.
So you get to play as like 4 different demons, but it's really just like this is the blue one, that's the red one, that's the yellow one.
Oh, you're gonna get weird. Okay, fine. If they were going yoga fire, it's gods. If yoga flame, it's demons. I'm sorry, I've got problems.
Yeah. So if you've played Diablo, you pretty much know what this game is going to play like.
Okay. All right. Wait. Roguelike Diablo?
Yeah. So the moment you die, that's it. All of your progress is gone. That particular character that you rolled is gone. So it's like Diablo with hardcore mode on by default.
Why?
That's part of roguelike. That is part of, it comes with the territory, I guess.
Yeah, roguelike. I get back to that one state, I can get a shield back or something. This is just like cruel.
Yeah, well, so the incentive for doing something like that, especially in roguelikes, is that your character, when you roll a new one, is going to be very different from the previous one that you rolled. And the way that works in this game is that your skill tree, which is essentially like your abilities, your active like spell-like abilities, or even like combat-like abilities, as well as your passive. So all of that is all tied into the skill tree system, and that skill tree system is randomized. So the next time you play, you might not have access to the same skills.
So there's not like a class. It's not like a class thing.
There is no class thing. The skill trees are broken down into 4. It's like a big giant sphere, if you will, and I forgot what the directions are, but like the up direction is like combat, and the down direction is like defense, and the right one would be something along the lines of magic, and the left one will be something else.
Okay.
So they are categorized in that way, so you can sort of, if you want to go a combat build, you do know where to build for combat stuff, but the skills that you're going to get and the abilities are going to be a bit different with every single character. So your character is gonna end up coming out a little different every single time that you play, as well as the weapons and items that enemies are dropping. That's also going to be randomized as well every single time you play. Now, I mean, the game itself, it's $10 on Steam. It's pretty good. It sounds
disjointed. It sounds frightening. It sounds like a fantasy game designed by Werner Herzog.
No, it's good.
It was narrated by Werner Herzog.
It's just missing a few core things.
You'll die again.
It's just missing a few core things. Like it's borrowing so heavily from Diablo that they should have borrowed the right thing from Diablo, and that is.
And what was that, Johnny?
Oh, multiplayer.
It was one player only?
One player only. It was a single player only game, which is it does have a leaderboard. But
that's not.
That doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't count.
1992?
It needs to have co-op. Like, this game absolutely needs it, because without it, the combat is actually, it's
pretty lackluster. There's a dodge mechanic, which is your main mode of avoiding damage, and then you're attacking, and the attacks are like a little sluggish. And as you're sort of playing through, like your dodge roll is a little sluggish. So it's not like the best of combat. It's not bad, but it's not like the best of combat. And like it would be so much more interesting if you had friends to play the game with, because then as the difficulty really ramps up, then you and your friends would really be tested and sort of work together. I can definitely see that being making this game itself all the more fun just from having that element, especially because back in the day, back in Diablo 2 with hardcore mode, my friends and I, we would all do multiplayer. All of us would roll hardcore characters. And the moment one of us died, we'd all have to start all over again. Because that character, one of us is dead for good. So, and then we did like cheat saving, and we would save our save files.
Okay,
so that way we could resurrect ourselves.
Johnny, you glutton for punishment. Yeah. All right. Okay, so keeping all that in mind, would you recommend this?
Man, I want to. It's all right. I'll tell you what. If the aspect of an Indian mythology inspired Diablo-like game piques your interest, then yeah, check this out. Otherwise, steer clear of it. It's just a little bit too mediocre when it comes to the gameplay fundamentals. It's just a little too sluggish, a little too not as well polished. It gets kind of a little bit boring after a while.
Okay, not enough cows. No, we get it.
Not enough cows. I don't think I saw any cows while playing.
That's what I mean by not enough.
There you go, yeah.
All right, okay, so Asura, Johnny says, I don't know where I'm going, brother. No, Asura, Johnny says...
Love your honesty there, P. I don't even know.
All right, now, Johnny, thank you very much. The game is available on Steam right now.
Yep,
all right.
It's available right now.
What's it called again?
Asura.
Asura, Asura.
Cool. Thank you.
If you want to do it to yourself, you know where to find it. All right, and we are going to close out with dude JM the Thriller Priest. Inside info on Backlash.
I know what it is. Sounds good, man. Backlash took place in Chicago, home of CM Punk. So, walking into Chicago, we'll see how this pans out. So I am not going to spend the entire time talking about every match. I'm going to put out the three that stuck out for me. All right. One, the tag team title match with Breezango against the Usos. They've done it very well. With the lead up, with the vignette, with Tyler Breeze going undercover as a janitor to steal the hoodie of the Usos, and the cut of vignette about how
it's like telenovelas.
It really was. It worked out so well, man. It was awesome. Definitely threw me back to days in which I went to my buddy's house, him where his mom was watching the Bellas at like 7 p.m. at night. Mm-hmm. So it brought that element to it. Mm. So the fashion police were just dissecting the fact that the Usos had bad fashion. So the music hits, and Tyler Breeze comes out to the ring still in costume as a janitor, undercover janitor who stole the shirt to the ring, and he's fighting in costume. So in disguise while Fandango is just doing his Fandango thing. So he's undercover as a janitor. Then he gets knocked off the ring. Then he does a quick change under the ring to come out as a old lady during the match. So this guy had 2 costume changes during the match.
Jeez, I was hoping he'd finish out in the first one and be like, I'm going to clean up your act.
It was awesome. And the Usos, for the credit for them, they're older guys now. For them to be able to push these young guys and make them look well, it was just awesome. I thought it was a damn good match. And let me backtrack a little bit. Yep. Last night was just a lot of sports happening, and I had 3 desired outcomes. The Celtics to win, for Breezango to get the tag team titles, and for Jinder Mahal to get the world title. I got 2 out of 3, and unfortunately,
it's not a bad night.
It's not a bad night, and unfortunately, Breezango couldn't get the job done. But it was still a great match overall. It was very well done. It was very well done. It really, Breezango. It was done very, very well, and the Usos, they just did a pretty good match.
Breezango.
Exactly. Second match, Owens and AJ Styles. I thought it was done the best way it possibly could so it didn't get stale. It ended on a countout with AJ Styles' leg getting trapped. So apparently he got thrown into the announce table. Yeah. His leg got stuck in the hole where the monitor goes for the announce table, and wrapped up in wire. So Owens took a shortcut right into the ring and won by a count out. So the audience is pissed, but it does good for Owens' character because it just makes him like a scumbag that he won by any means necessary.
Balls, brother. I didn't know the count out was still a thing.
It's one of those sort of things where if you do sometimes it well, it works.
Yeah, they only use it when they want to.
Yeah.
It's like a gimmick kind of thing.
Like they're using hardcore rules, they don't do countouts.
Exactly.
Anymore, right? Yeah, but if it's a standard match, they're still doing the count.
Absolutely, but most matches don't finish with a count out.
Yeah.
It's just recently where I see SmackDown and NXT
I think it was
using
written
a little
into that,
bit.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's going to count now because we got to write it into the storyline.
Yeah, exactly. It was going to be written to add to Owens' scumbag persona, and it did very well.
Yeah, that's a great character choice.
Folks are looking at like, oh, come on, AJ Styles didn't win, but it's like, Owens is a scumbag sort of dude, so he still walked away with the win. So it's like, it makes him look even more like a scumbag, which is still a win for his character. Yeah. So I mean, I thought it was one of those. I'm mad, but I'm like, hey, it's still good for the story, so I'm not too mad.
So back to like pro wrestling on the NES, where he just keeps smacking the dude in the side of the ring until it reaches 8 seconds.
Yep, and then you jump back in.
Yeah,
pretty much one of those sort of scenarios.
Okay, let me ask you then, just as like an observer of television.
Yes.
There, did it look like he genuinely caught his foot there? Or was it
it was definitely wrapped up in there.
He's like faking. I tripped again. Oh no, I'm getting close to 10.
No, it was definitely in there. What I'm thinking is when the camera probably cut away, one of the announcers probably helped tie it in there real quick. I mean, it's just what it is, man. Everybody's in the act, man. I think I mentioned the last pay-per-view I was here, but I said I felt that the fans got a little too rowdy when
popcorn guy elbowed him. I know.
When Reigns was quote unquote spitting up blood.
Hot dogs, kendo sticks.
You're a mess. Apparently, the camera caught the ref passing the blood bag to Reigns for Reigns to put it in his mouth. The camera caught it. That's like, bruh. So he's like, he's like, you okay? You all right? And he's walking to him. You can see him handing it. You can see Reigns grab it.
That's the worst hand-to-hand ever.
It was horrible.
That guy's never done a drug deal in his life.
It's horrible. It's like, come on, ref.
Was this on a pay-per-view?
It was the after pay-per-view, like backstage, whatever happened, sort of thing. Like, you want to see this happen. So if you got the network, you're tuning in. So you're like, okay, what's happening now? Oh man, Reigns is limping in the back. The refs are checking up on him. You see the ref just kind of pass it to him. He just kind of takes it, turns his back, shoves his mouth real quick. It was bad.
That's messy, dude. That is messy.
How does this skew your opinion?
It don't skew my opinion at all. I mean, it's one of those. I mean, I'm a pro wrestling fan, so I get it. I get this is what you do. I'm probably just kind of like, man, that was a little sloppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just one of those sort of things. Like it's what it is, man. I get it. I'm a pro wrestling fan. I know what I'm walking into.
That is messy live theater, though.
But it was exactly. It was messy live theater.
We will also have blood bags,
but we're a lot better at sneaking them in, though.
Put a stake through your heart. It got my heart close to my armpit. That's why God.
Everybody's gonna die like Paul Rubens at the end of the original Buffy movie.
Or two. I pass now.
You got what's the third match you got, bro?
The third match is Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton for the title. So when the match started out, it was just one of those, oh man, come on, don't tell me this is what's going to happen. That Randy Orton's is going to bowl over this guy. This build-up was for nothing. My last review would have been garbage because I harped on the fact that all these people were mad that Mahal's getting a push and they're moving to the India market, blah, blah, blah. But nah, man, Mahal squeaked it out. It was just...
I watched this part too. You know, he gave the double DDT. To those dudes. Yeah.
Oh man, back to those guys, man. Adams referred to the Singh brothers who took a double DDT. Randy Orton's signature hanging man's DDT, where their legs hang off the second rope and he just DDTs. We did a double one, which was great. But before that, man, and go to the Geek Down Facebook page because I just posted it. It is a shot of Randy Orton doing a side suplex to one of the Singh brothers. The Singh brothers are mind you, he's a lightweight.
Back of his head?
Lands on the back of his head.
But
the table doesn't break.
But Orton's face after this, and he just goes, oof. Just does this, wince like, oh my.
I just destroyed him.
He landed on his neck. And it was just the acknowledgement, but that's the playful, like, kind of part of it, too. You're like, yeah, it's funny.
It's
right?
like, we're going to need another guy.
Yeah. Where can we get more of those little Indian guys? I broke one, yeah.
Right after that guy then turns around and takes that double DDT. He's like, come on, man. Give that guy a cruiserweight title shot
Or
for
an
that
ice,
point.
an ice pack, yeah.
An
Well,
ice pack.
At least an ice pack.
That's a trooper.
But I mean,
Like, oh my
Mahal
God, they
won.
killed Kenny.
Pretty much. Mahal came, caught him with his finishing move, the sleeper drop. I can't remember what it's called. Cobra Clutch Slam. And he won. Of course, he's getting a lot of heat, like I mentioned before, that he probably would get. That he probably will end up getting heat, but the fact that there was a crappy build-up, I got into a little Facebook beef. It is kind of weird. My Facebook profile page has me in a collar on, so it's
And
like
then you're beefing over
cussing
wrestling.
people
It's
out,
the best.
beefing over
It's the
wrestling because granted, I said a strong statement, but I think there's truth to it. I said, you know what? Most of the criticism toward this dude, more often than not, is based on race, considering the fact that there are other guys who clearly weren't nearly as built up, who had horrible mic skills, but still walked with the championship. And now everybody's screaming at the fact that this guy got the championship where there was a 6-week build-up. It is only because he's Indian and da-da-da-da. He doesn't deserve it. I'm like, come on, man. We have a lot of guys who've been world champion who clearly didn't deserve it. Give this guy a run. And
I don't know, man. They took her job.
Pretty much.
Was that the Macho Man coming back from the grave to
No,
be American?
That was the South Park episode they were talking about.
Gerbs.
Yeah.
Oh, is that with the pile?
Yeah, Macho Man appeared in that episode.
Oh yeah, back to the pile.
Hilarious. But overall, I think it was a good pay-per-view. I mean, mind you, it's a SmackDown doing it. So SmackDown historically has done a great job. And I like the fact that they're doing what we complained that they weren't doing, is building up new stars.
Yeah.
And with Mahal, they're building up a new star. We'll see where it goes. Granted, I think a lot of pro wrestling fans are happy because, like, yo, new guy, new face, let's see where this goes.
I just think my thing with the fans are they just got too smart for their own good. Like the smart and quote
I agree.
fans, it's like, oh, we want to dictate how the storyline goes. We're going to do it by rejecting whoever you pitch at us, or it just seems like it's like smelling their own farts.
I think so too. I think it's a lot of those WWE based fans who are like, no, we don't want you to push that guy. We want you to push this guy.
Exactly.
Instead. It's like, nah, come
Just
on.
enjoy it. You're watching this, obviously fake thing. You know what I mean? Just,
Pretty much.
Just go with it. Just eat what they're telling you to eat. You
Pretty
have to
much.
eat vegetables sometimes.
Pretty
You
much.
got the most. These are horrible analogies.
I'm riding with you on that, but I agree. I'd be like, listen, this is what you're giving me. I'd rather take this because when you take a guy like Roman Reigns, you still haven't accepted him yet. It's like, come on, man. What else this guy
He's
got
not
to do?
going anywhere either. You know what I mean? He's gonna be there.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna forever have a job,
Yeah.
But I mean, you give a guy like Jinder Mahal a shot. Let's see where it goes, man. And I'm excited for it. So overall, this pay-per-view, definitely check it out, man. It's definitely worth it. I mean, SmackDown does great work. I mean, Raw is blah. So I mean, at this point, let's see where it goes. Dave Meltzer, who's like a guru in pro wrestling, stated that, you know what? Quote, it's not surprising to us. It really wasn't. I mean, if you were really a pro wrestling fan, this should have been a surprise to you. If you're a pro wrestling fan, if you're a WWE fan, maybe it was surprising. That's why you're bitter and angry.
Wow.
And that's pretty much the people who I'm arguing with on Facebook. WWE fans.
I got your back, dude.
Thank you for those harsh words, my brother.
Hey.
We are just about out of time. I want to thank you all for joining us for another episode of the Geek Down here on WEMFradio.com. Hopefully you were watching this. If you weren't, or you probably couldn't, you can catch us on twitch.tv/thegeekdown, not just for the live show, but also for the archived versions. Also, you can go to the EMF website. You can check us there. Also, hopefully you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, The Geek Down, and both. On SoundCloud, search The Geek Down. We'll pop up there. On YouTube, The Geek Down do with the first result. First, iTunes, search us, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you all next week. I want to thank DJ Herbie Herb. Woo! I want to thank Just Johnny.
Yep.
I want to thank Meth and Awen.
Thanks so much for having us.
You're welcome.
Remember to check out Once More with Pasties at Oberon on
June 4th and 6th.
That's correct. All right. And you will be erect. Sorry, I had to go there.
Nah,
and of
that's
course, cannot do the show without my main man, my main doodle stain, Black Adam Willis. And I've been Pat B, reminding you all, be excellent to each other.
Party on,
Peace.
dude.
Peace.